Okay. So I guess it's recording. I see. Okay, you got people worried about you cannot cut the soul, and if you spiritualize your body, you cannot cut your body, and it means you have to have self-control to not cut your body. Means I don't see a problem with bumping into stuff. Stuff shouldn't be in my way. You know, I don't know if I'm moving too fast for the camera. Maybe it's too dark in here. I just remembered that people have their little deities, and they have, in my presence, had what we've had to scrub them to get all the shit off of them. The people put the dust, the layers of dust, the stuff, the sins that cover the deities that people worship as if they're God, which there is a God and you cannot make a God. But I know that. But you make a form, somebody else makes the form, and it looks like God. Or if it doesn't look like God, there's no damn reason why you should ever see it. Somebody makes a God. If it looks like God, it fools you. It looks like God. You have to worship what looks like God. But if it doesn't look like God because you see that person isn't worshiping this little God, then you don't have to worship it either, because you know that God is in charge of everybody. So you say, what about that person? Don't worry about him. He's not worshiping this. I don't have to worship it because he's supposed to be worshiped. What about that person? What about that person? You get everybody worshiping this little God, or I can't see them. Then we can talk about it being a God, because that's what that's what God represents. You can't make a little statue and all of a sudden, just by making a statue, all of a sudden that's God. No, you got to make a society. You don't even make the society. God makes the society. God makes us the people in the society who make the God, the little deity form of God, and that's to represent. And when I've seen people worshiping, which I don't know if I should have, I infiltrated, I don't know, I wanted to be a part of it. I was infatuated with it. There's some love there. Some serious diehard, you know, I don't know how to convey it. How to get it across visually, because I'm looking at the screen, it's like blurry shit, and it just, that's what, if anything makes me want, because I have a clear point that I want to convey, and it does not look like it's coming through, and I hope that it's picking up the sound, because I've tried to record with the video camera, I think it's called a webcam anyway, HP webcam, but I got to turn on sticky keys. Anyway, so I've seen people, they scrub, so what's the difference? You scrub your body, you scrub, some people, they use, because they get stuff like cement or glue, and you gotta scrub that off, and that's because they're just working. They're just having a good time getting some stuff done, working, and they get some stuff on their body and they have to scrub it off. And other people maybe get some stuff on their body that's even harder to scrub off because you can't even see it, because it's like that song by that guy, Black comes to mind, Pearl Jam. You shake Satan's hand, that shit don't come off. You gotta get it off. And anyway, that's what the whole, you can't cut the soul, and you from your heart out, and that don't look at all like, and this don't look, it just, so, this like a video camera isn't as good as the other one. So, how to properly demonstrate. Let's see. Do it right. Okay. No, now I got the big bright light. Why? Anyway. Oh. There. See something, and it just, you open it up. I guess a bit of an asshole, and I did not want to be. but I'm like, that's the way everyone is. I got my allowance, and it's coming to me, and I don't want to have to take it from somebody. I don't want to have to push my path out of the way. I guess no one wants to, and I don't want to be so damn close, but you know, push to it. You have to push to shove. Pressure, time, you gotta grow up and stuff, and I don't want to grow up because you gotta be a Toys R Us kid, because the song says. Gotta maintain our innocence. You know, we have to grow up. Now who do I look like? I know who I look like, and I hope that guy's doing alright. Anyway, because that's catatonic schizophrenic, because so sensitive, because of an environment. I equate with the clean room where they make these hard drives to infiltrate, because pretty much everyone uses computers, so they have a clean room. There's only so much you can infiltrate before a person doesn't want to let you any farther, and so it has to ultimately be from your heart. And I wish that the video would show something that I could really sign off on, and I don't want to sign off on this shit. So I guess we put seeds in here to make it man, that's why you gotta scrub. And anyway, maybe I'm just imagining things, because ultimately that's what it is. You can't cut the soul, you can't scrub, you can't touch God. Can you touch God? I don't know if you can touch God. Who can touch God? You touch something people call God. Can you? No, because they take that off. You can't even touch. They touch something and then when they say it's God, and then we never touched it. It's always fresh. Anyway, come on. Was it shutting down? Why was it disconnected? Screensaver. Anyway, can you imagine little points of light, like stars, a constellation of ideas that only are meant to represent a person's will, that by themselves they don't represent a person's will adequately, but they're just brainstorm tossed out there to see how they hit the environment. And if there's not acceptance, that means that there's something else that people are accepting. Means if it can't be made compatible, then I take my will somewhere else, and now we got Tourette's syndrome. Anyway, because I can move quick if I work on it, but I don't like to. It looks such like blur. I move too fast, and I'm like, I don't want to move so fast that other people can't understand what I'm doing. I don't like to be a confusion. Anyway, this is long enough. We're gonna start another video, because that way it's 8 minutes and 54, 55, 56, 57.